Welcome. This is the Love Life Light Channel, a place for clarity without panic in an age trained to confuse urgency with truth. My name is Jamie Thornberry. I will be your guide here. This is not a space for spectacle or reaction. Here we slow things down, not to withdraw from reality, but to see it more clearly. Attention is an act of courage. Let's begin. A meditation on Proverbs Chapter 3. Trust the path you cannot see. In the first episode, wisdom called out. In the second, wisdom invited pursuit. Now in Proverbs 3, wisdom asks for something deeper. Not merely attention, not merely effort. Wisdom asks for trust. This chapter does not primarily teach us what to do. It teaches us how to walk, especially when the way forward is not fully visible. Proverbs 3 begins tenderly. My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commandments in your heart. Notice where wisdom is meant to reside. Not merely in memory, not merely in habit, but in the heart. Biblically, the heart is not just emotion. It is the center of decision, loyalty, and orientation. Wisdom that remains only in the mind will eventually be overridden by pressure. Wisdom in the heart becomes instinct. This is where life's true navigation begins. And Proverbs makes a promise. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. This is not image management. It is alignment. A life ordered rightly tends to resonate with God and with others. Take a slow breath and ask yourself quietly, where does wisdom live in me right now? In theory or in allegiance? Then we arrive at words many can recite, but few truly inhabit. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. This is not a rejection of thought. It is a reordering of authority. Proverbs does not say, do not understand. It says, do not lean on your own understanding. Leaning implies dependence. It implies weight-bearing trust. Your understanding, limited, partial, shaped by fear and desire, was never meant to carry the full weight of your life. Wisdom begins where self-reliance ends. Ask yourself honestly, where am I leaning hardest on my own reasoning right now? Because trusting God would require surrender. What uncertainties or fears make me cling tighter to what I know, even if it is incomplete? Proverbs continues, in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. This does not mean your path will be easy. It means it will be oriented. Straight here does not mean short. It means aligned with reality. One of the greatest modern illusions is the belief that clarity must come before obedience. Proverbs reverses that assumption. Alignment produces clarity. Submission precedes understanding. This is deeply countercultural. We are taught to wait until everything makes sense. Wisdom says walk faithfully and meaning will unfold. Consider carefully, what step of alignment have I postponed until I feel more certain? What might happen if I took that step today, even with incomplete clarity? Then Proverbs issues a warning that cuts closer than we expect. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. Self-wisdom is subtle. It does not announce itself loudly. It sounds reasonable, measured, confident, but it resists correction. Being wise in your own eyes does not mean being foolish. It means being unreachable. Wisdom requires teachability. And Proverbs attaches a surprising promise. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Disalignment is exhausting. Resistance erodes us from within. Trust restores. Reflect on this. Where have I hardened my heart against correction? What part of my pride might be blocking true growth? Proverbs 3 then moves from inner posture to outward practice. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Trust is never merely internal. It expresses itself tangibly. What we release reveals what we trust. First fruits are not leftovers. They are priority. This is not about earning favor. It is about declaring allegiance. And the promise follows. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing. This is not a transaction. It is a pattern. Lives ordered toward God tend toward sufficiency, even when they are not extravagant. Ask yourself, what does my use of resources say about where my trust truly lives? Am I holding back what I could give because I fear lack? Or am I living openly, declaring faith and provision? Then Proverbs addresses something few of us welcome. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, and do not resent his rebuke. Discipline here is not punishment. It is training. Correction is not rejection. It is care. Proverbs frames it clearly. Because the Lord disciplines those he loves, as a father the son he delights in. Wisdom does not promise constant comfort. It promises faithful formation. And love that refuses to correct is not love at all. Ask yourself, how do I respond to correction? Do I resist it as failure, or receive it as care? Following on in Proverbs 3, we come to see wisdom's true worth. Proverbs now expands its vision. Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding. Then comes a comparison that dismantles our value system. Wisdom is more profitable than silver, more precious than gold. Nothing you desire compares with her. Why? Because wisdom shapes everything you use: money, relationships, power, opportunity. Without wisdom, every gift becomes dangerous. Consider, what treasures do I pursue that wisdom would call hollow? Then Proverbs 3 lifts our eyes even higher. By the wisdom the Lord laid the foundations of the earth. Wisdom is not merely moral guidance. It is woven into creation itself. To walk in wisdom is to move with the grain of reality. To resist wisdom is to fight the structure of the world. This is why trust matters. You are not submitting to an arbitrary will. You are aligning with how things truly are. Meditate briefly. Where have I felt friction in life because I resisted wisdom's structure? Proverbs concludes with reassurance. Then you will go your way in safety, and your foot will not stumble. This is not a promise of ease, it is a promise of steadiness. Wisdom produces sleep without terror, confidence without arrogance, peace without denial. Proverbs 3 teaches us trust is not passive. It is active alignment. It is choosing God's orientation when your understanding feels incomplete. It is leaning your weight on something stronger than yourself. This week, practice this simple but profound question. Where am I leaning? And is it strong enough to carry me? Then choose alignment, even without full clarity. God of wisdom, teach us to trust where we cannot yet see. Free us from the burden of self-reliance. Align our hearts, our resources, and our steps with you. Make our path straight, not easy, but true. Amen. Thank you for staying with the thought. If something here brought clarity, don't rush past it. Carry it into how you see the world, how you speak within it, and how you choose to act. Understanding is not passive. It asks something of us. Until next time, remain steady.